Good evening, everybody. Hope you've all had a good week and are ready to hang out, and talk Star Trek. What's up, Shieldwall? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, we got quite a few episodes to go through tonight. Some pretty good ones, some pivotal ones in the story of the Dominion and the Alpha Quadrant, how things go down there. And yet another flip of Gul Dukat from
Yeah.
his allegiances, uh, and some changeling shenanigans going on. So yeah, all ready to get into it. And yeah, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here.
What's up, Blair? How are you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? I rewatched all of the episodes yesterday, and yeah, this is like one of the big parts of because the Dominion War actually gets kicked off here in earnest.
Yep, and becomes instead of a Cold War, becomes a hot war.
Yeah, they finally cross over into the Alpha Quadrant after 5.5 seasons of slowly building up to it. So,
Right. I like that they slowly turned it up. You get the wormhole, discover you can go through it, meet the prophets, that whole thing. Make it to the other side. It starts out as just these planets, and they start trading with them, and they find out about this Dominion, and they actively go to like seek out the Dominion and see what they're all about. And then they find out about the founders and that they're changelings, and they find the baby Jem'Hadar in the capsule and learn more and more. And as the show goes on, there's more interactions with the Jem'Hadar, more tension. and culminating in a first strike by the Cardassia and the Romulans to try to take out the Dominion, because they saw that eventually they would probably try to turn on the Alpha Quadrant. But that has the effect of, because there were changeling spies everywhere, they figured out what was happening and were able to defeat that invasion fleet. And then that really made up the Dominion's mind, hey, these guys are dangerous. We need to go get rid of them. So then they started planning towards that. And kind of leads us where we are with these episodes in season 5. But yeah, I like this slower kind of pace of, because out of like one season, you might have, in the earlier days, you might have 3, maybe 4 Dominion related episodes, and then they start to kind of pick up a little bit as you go. And some of the episodes that we're going to go over tonight aren't really necessarily Dominion directly related. They deal more with Odo and things like that. So
Yeah.
Who is a changeling himself. But we learn more about why he was out where he was at and how he wound up in the situation he's in. And it starts with this episode.
Yeah,
Odo's coming in achy and cranky because he woke up wrong.
Oh, right. So the season finale prior to this, he went to the Great Link, and to punish him for killing another changeling, which no changeling has ever killed another changeling, but because that changeling had infiltrated Starfleet, Odo basically helped them kill him. So as punishment, he was made into a physical human, a solid. So he needed
a
to
motto
eat,
form,
right? Yeah. He needed to eat, drink, sleep, all of that. Whereas prior, because he was a changeling, it was just every 16 hours he had to turn into liquid form and rest in a bucket. Or I guess if you don't have a bucket, you just kind of flop around on the floor as far as it'll drain, and just lay there and recover.
Changeling version of getting naked. Just turn to goo and lay around for an hour.
But what he had a bucket. And I can't remember how long they had to stay like in that resting state before they could reform.
I think it was like an hour.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. But and then there's been some episodes where he's trying to hold his form past 16 hours and looks like he's sweating jelly, and because he can't maintain it.
Yeah.
That was the one with Loxana Troy.
Yeah, he finally turned to goo, and she had to hold him in her shirt.
In like the hem of her dress. Yeah. Because he's not water, so he's not permeable. He's not going to like liquefy through it or anything.
It's like a honey gel.
Yeah.
Odo here's like, oh, I have some kind of flea that I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life.
Oh, spine mites and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He's he's WebMDing it, right? I got a ache on my back, and you look up WebMD on, the internet, and it's like, you have cancer or something, right? And then that's what he's thinking. Oh, they're right, Jillian.
The doctor's
worms.
Like, you have a pinched nerve. It just gives him a little magical
hypo spray, yeah.
And he's good. Wish it was that easy today.
I know, right? And he tells him he's got to relax. He's too uptight. And this guy's, well, this is the way I always carried myself. My posture's always been good. Well, yeah, you never had a spine before, so now.
Right. Yeah, you got to relax. You can't just walk around erect like that all the time. And you would think, everyone's always telling you have good posture, but I guess you can't keep your muscles tight.
Tight for that long.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt something.
Right. And then I love Quark's entrance here. It's like back problems.
Yeah.
And what did we tell you? Relax.
Yeah. He gives him like a muscle relaxer or something, or whatever.
And then begins Odo's journey into fentanyl addiction.
Oh, and then so Port comes in and says, "Hey, I got this off a guy, and you might want to be interested in it." And he's like, "What is it?" He's like, it's a changeling, but it's sick. It's been irradiated. That's why it's blue."
Yeah, it's a baby changeling.
Yep.
It's like he types in the amount of money and just grabs Odo's thumb and pushes it out.
He could have gotten more, probably. He wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Probably would have paid anything to get that, too, so.
Yeah.
So they put him, Bashir puts him through the cleanser to get rid of the radiation particles.
Right. So then it actually looks like changeling goo. Not really sure what they use. Some kind of like.
Was it some vegetable oil or
preserve? Or it looked like a jelly to me or something.
It was a liquid plastic, a liquid polymer for some of them. They said.
Right. Yeah, because the way it moved, it had like it wasn't quite liquidy.
Yeah, it was a thickness, but it wasn't like
thickness, right?
Syrup, or it was something else.
Right.
So, yeah,
but it was like suspended in some kind of like thick oil.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. So yeah, so they're getting rid of the radiation now. Yeah, the name of this is The Begotten.
And Odo's going to teach it how to be a shapeshifter because it doesn't even know anything yet. It's a biomass right now.
Doesn't even know what it is yet.
Mm-hmm. He's gently talking to it and, trying to ease it into its new surroundings because he wasn't. He was basically shocked and prodded.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to let this happen to this changeling.
Right.
He's like, oh. But now here's one thing about this. Cisco hands it over to Odo, and Odo's going to be doing the investigation of it to make contact. And Starfleet is like totally fine with this, right? If this were real, that thing would be on a starship going warport 9.9 to a starbase on Earth,
right?
To be interrogated and prodded and mapped.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Figure out like what their weaknesses are. What's the best way to kill it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. If they can make,
Well, one thing it has going for it is that Cisco is in charge of this station.
True.
So that's one thing that could probably prevent.
If he kept it
that
secret,
for a little while,
but he doesn't. He notifies them.
Right.
But he says, "Hey, it's best if we keep it here, under And Odo knows how to like work with it. And I guess he earned some trust because he helped them ferret out the other changeling, and he did kill it.
Yeah.
So that probably earned him some points with them. And it's apparent throughout the episode that if he doesn't make enough progress, they will do what you're saying. They'll grab it and take it somewhere.
Yeah. I guess initially they're going to let him do it, but
right.
I'm just saying in the real world, that thing would be going to some secret offsite base and be poured into machinery and dissected down to the atoms.
So they're, and his way is he wants to take it slow. He wants to talk to it and get it to do things in its own time. The problem is that he runs into is that because of the threat of Dominion, Starfleet wants more results quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to let him baby it. It's like, okay.
Right. Yeah, like what Worf was like, why are you talking to your beverage?
I'll have you know, this is my brother. So. Oh yeah, he's playing with geometric shapes first, spheres and squares, and talking to it and being all gentle.
Right, and he's
and
like, "This is a sphere, and it's round, and you can take its face." And then this doctor shows up, and he's the preeminent expert on changelings because he was the Bajoran doctor that when they found Odo, they didn't even know it was sentient. They just thought it was like a biomorphic gel or something. And he didn't know anything about it, like what it was made out of or anything. So he started doing all these tests on it, and it took him a while to figure out that Odo was sentient. He knew it could like move and respond to things like shocks and whatever, but he thought it was more like an amoeba maybe.
Yeah, he didn't know
And
it was
not,
sentient.
yeah, and not sentient, which is why Odo really has bad memories of the whole process and why he doesn't want to do anything like that to the
Dr. Mora.
yeah,
Mora?
yeah, Mora.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to do anything like that to the changeling. They never,
Yeah.
I don't think they gave it a name, did they?
No, they
No.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, Odo in Bajoran means formless, unknown
No,
specimen.
unknown specimen. Yeah, it's the code for. It's like it's not the actual word for it, but it's the designator, right?
ODO.
ODO for something. Yeah,
Unknown organic
unknown.
specimen. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, like unknown specimen.
Unknown or unknown. I don't know.
Yeah.
When he meets the other spacefaring changeling, his name was Lice, and it was essentially the same thing in their language. It was like weird being or something, you know.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
get like the lamest names by humanoids.
So they want to bring him in. Well, he hears about it and wants to come help. And he's like, no, I don't want you anywhere near this thing. You're going to hurt it and whatever. And you kind of see it from Mora's point. Like, and Odo is a little not forgiving for that. But he's like, look, I didn't even know what you were. We were trying to figure out what you could do. And he's like, look, I'll just observe if that's okay with you. And then you can do your thing, and then I'll give you any insights I have, that kind of thing. Which so he finally agrees to that after he has a little kind of temper tantrum a little bit about having to work with him. And at first he's like, well, I don't even want you here. What are you doing here? And he's like, it's exciting. You found a new changeling. I want to be in on that because I had worked with you, and it's a scientific discovery and whatever.
So I looked it up. The Bajordan's name was unknown sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the name comes from the Cardassians, and it means nothing.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Essentially, all these changelings, when they get humanoid names, essentially are kind of like unknown, nothing. Yeah. Yeah, he's holding a lot of animosity to him because basically the guy shocked him and forced him into shapes and kind of tortured him.
Tried to freeze him and burn him and all kinds of stuff to figure out.
Put him in a vacuum tube.
Put him in a vacuum tube and vacuum all the air out to see what the expansion rate of the liquid was. This is before he knew it was sentient.
Yeah, and centrifuge.
Right. Yeah, put him in a centrifuge and all that kind of stuff.
And this guy's like, yeah, I didn't know you're sentient, and the Cardassians are breathing down my neck.
Right.
So
to get results. And and they were not like the Federation. They would, you know what I mean? So he had to get results because the Bajorans were under a Cardassian occupation at that time. So
I think in one of the episodes, a Cardassian asked him, "Do you still do that neck trick thing?"
Oh, yeah.
Meaning that's what he used to look like. He used to put the neck things on, or changeling into that.
He was like a circus performer for him.
Right. Yeah.
He was an oddity and a freak, and this is when Sisko tells him that they want daily reports now. So
it was weekly reports.
Yeah. As long as you're showing progress, well, then I have no reason to give the specimen to them. And now the Dr. Mori is like, yeah, see what I mean? Being nice and cuddly and cute isn't cutting it, buddy. So he's saying, well, I still have my old equipment. I'll bring it. And Odo does not like it at all.
but he kind of he's forced to agree. And
Yeah.
throughout the episode, they explain more about his methods and how their feelings about it. And also, the question is like, what was the Dominion
What
doing?
in the world?
Yeah, it jumped way ahead.
Yeah. What was the Dominion doing in like sending these infants out into space? Because he said when he was in the link, he got information that they sent 100 of these things out all over the galaxy through different places, and some of them like are really old and they're in a stasis until they're found. And then once they're found, as they grow, because the Dr. Morris said in the first like month, you gained like 3/4 in size compared to what you started as far as volume goes.
The
And
more
and
they
in
change
here,
shape, the more they
right,
grow.
right. And in here, you can actually see the initial volume was like a coffee cup. Now it's bigger. Um, but Odo said it was so how people to see how other races would treat a helpless being, right?
Yeah,
And
that's how
then
you learn about the
right,
universe. Are they a threat? You know?
right, that kind of thing. So, and I
I s-
guess I mean they're pretty resilient, so it's not like you can just stab it or something.
yeah.
Um,
I guess
So they
that's a good
put it on this.
way learning about the universe like that. To send out probes, and then
yeah,
they come back. You get all the information of these cultures.
right. And so here he's been talking and said, "Hey, go into these shapes. I need you to move here and here." And he says, "Let's just use the static field." And
Did it again.
and to kind of help it along. And it says it won't even hurt it. It makes it uncomfortable. And he's like, I remember. And he said, it took you 2 tries. And he's like, I knew where to go the first time. I just didn't want to give you the satisfaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he turns on the machine and it forces it goes in the middle and it holds kind of like a dome shape,
Right.
so it
Yeah.
doesn't get
So that it stays
shot.
off the static field. Right. It's kind of
Yeah.
like walking on like a hot thing with bare feet. You want to stay on the grass,
Yes.
instead
Yep.
of a hot sidewalk. Yeah,
And
see how
then
it kind
it.
of flopped out of the graduate cylinder there? So it wasn't quite liquid. It's more, I don't know, snot-like consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once they give it a little juice and try and prod it a little bit, it starts taking shapes
Right,
and holding them longer. And
right. And holding them longer and figuring out that's what it can do.
yeah. And
I'm
they,
trying to fix something.
as they work with it, um, it hold on. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Um, it holds a shape, and then it comes out of the shape and kind of like looks at them, each one, and then does a very crude face of Odo. And they're like, that's like massive
Right, because he's copying
progress.
right.
He's actually communicating in a way. And they're like, this is way faster than I ever did it. Odo's method of being its friend first, then showing it what to do was way more
Right, it's more refined.
successful.
Yeah, more successful. And,
Yeah.
that's like with anything, the second time you do it, you can kind of refine the process and make it a little better.
Yeah. And as they go through this, Odo kind of sees what the pressures of Dr. Moria was and relates to him and kind of realizes he wasn't a sadist, you know,
Hmm.
and they bond a little bit and Odo like forgives him a little and actually kind of wants to have a relationship with this guy because once he left his lab, he's like, I'm out. Don't you ever contact me again. And now he's like, maybe we should talk every once in a while.
Right.
All right.
But then,
Sorry about
as far as the storyline goes, they decided they didn't want to have to hire a baby, like a little kid actor to play a little changeling or whatever, because they could have really went places with this. But so now Odo totally changes. So he's human, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
has endorphin and the endocrine system. So he's happier and angrier than he normally is. So he wants to celebrate their victory and drink and like actually get drunk because he couldn't do that before. Um, he also had a bunch of different furniture in his room. We missed that in the very beginning. He had a bed and all this other stuff
Yeah.
in there. But they get called back, and
The computer warns them that the
right,
organism's exhibiting symptoms, and it turns out they didn't get all the radiation out, and it's really sick, and
right.
it turns out it's actually going to die now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
radiation did too much damage to its molecular structure. Yeah, so here he wants to have a drink with Quark, and he's happy, and now
It's
they
freaking
find
Quark
out.
out, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yep. Because he thinks there's like, what's your angle? Like you're trying to find my secret,
Oh, you're
uh,
here to arrest me again, aren't you? Okay.
Orion ale or whatever that stuff is called. That's super illegal. There's Romulan ale, but there's also something that the Orions make.
Saurian wine and
Saurian wine, yeah. Well, I think Saurian wine is legal. It's just harder to get. But I know the Romulan ale is illegal. Something else. I can't remember what it is that the Orions make. Hey, what's up, Cannoli?
Hey, Cannoli.
hey, what's up? Yeah, the Matrix. It's Matrix. It can't. It's Matrix is destabilizing. It's
Right,
essentially
right.
going to die,
Yeah,
and they go to say goodbye to it. He puts it in his hand.
and it turns into and it absorbs into his body.
Yeah, it goes into his body, and then all of a sudden, Odin starts freaking out because it reactivated his dormant changeling cells, and
Right.
he's now a changeling again.
And if you notice, when he changed into the whatever kind of falcon that thing is, he keeps talking about. Um, he actually was wearing a real cloth uniform,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he doesn't need it anymore because his whole body can become, the uniform. But
And this
yeah,
hawk or falcon, or whatever he turns into, he kept talking about it. He wanted to teach it to turn into that,
right, right,
and that's the first thing he turns into
yeah.
when he gets his basically his life back.
Because what he does in his normal room when he uses a changeling is it doesn't have beds and stuff. It has like a jungle gym, and he
Mm-hmm.
turns
Yeah.
into like weird rhinoceros creatures and monkeys and stuff, and jumps around in there and practices. Um, but he still has a hard time taking human form, whereas the other changelings can easily do it. That's how they can totally take over somebody
Yeah.
and
The
replace
face
them.
apparently is the
Right.
problem.
Hmm.
So Odo's kind of is saying goodbye to the Doctor here.
Right.
And he promises to keep in touch and be part of each other's lives.
But we never see him again. I don't think we see him again.
No, they say this is the
Uh,
last time he appears.
yeah.
I think he mentioned him, but this is the last time the actor
Right. They
is.
they might mention him one or two times again. And then also in this episode there was a lot of O'Brien and Keiko
Oh
stuff
yeah,
going on.
she had the or Brian's baby
Right.
in this
With the
episode.
with the little they had they had to sit there with a gong and be like ding ding and then relax and all this kind of stuff. But
Apparently, Bajoran women can only give birth when they're totally relaxed. So they had
yeah.
a little shaker, then a dong.
Yeah, like like a little like it had beads on it and you had to like roll it in your hand and it move it back and forth, kind of like that drum from Karate Kid 2.
Yeah.
I don't see how that would be relaxing. That sounds annoying.
Maybe if you're a Bajoran it is,
Maybe.
because they're not, because once they moved there was an accident on a shuttle and Keiko couldn't keep the baby, so they had to move it. I think they just transported it into
They did.
Kira, but because she's a Bajoran, the gestation is sped up with the baby for whatever reason, and
It's only
because
7 months.
humans and Bajorans are compatible, like with probably some high tech manipulation, but
Yeah.
instead of 9 months, it's only 6 or 7. So, but that also means maybe they're here different, and what might be annoying to us might be soothing to them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Smells and tastes and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, it was all funny because Kira's boy, she's dating the prime minister. So he was late coming to the ceremony. So that threw everything off. And then O'Brien's all mad and huffy because he's all, the man.
right.
I love the part where the boyfriend goes to see her and O'Brien's in there giving her foot massage oil. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, massaging her calves and stuff.
But the funny thing is, when she gave birth, as soon as the baby came out, he started crying. Humans don't cry until you cut the umbilical cord and they start breathing on their own. And I was thinking, well, maybe the Bajorans have a little organ that cuts it,
Right.
And it's a boy, so he probably got a bris at the same time,
Yeah, or more likely that they didn't really think about that deeply into it for the episode. So,
But I always thought it was funny that.
yeah, yeah. But who knows? I mean, it's already shown that Klingons and humans can reproduce. So, because Alexander's mom is half Klingon, I think, and then
Yeah, he's a.
yeah, he's
he's a quarter Klingon.
he's a quarter human. He's a quarter
no.
human.
Yeah, he's a quarter human.
Quarter
Yeah.
human. And then B'Elanna in
She's
Voyager,
a half.
I thought she was a quarter. A
I
quarter.
thought her
of Klingon.
mom. I thought her mom was full Klingon. Her dad
I
was
thought
full
her. I
human.
thought her mom was half.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
she
thought
was
so.
half and half.
Yeah, I thought her mom was half, which is why her ridges are even less pronounced.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but you could be right. But I know she has human blood, but the Klingon still comes out of her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's what I'm thinking. Her and what's his name's kid is a quarter Klingon. That's it.
Oh yeah. Their son would be a quarter.
Yeah, their
That's
son
neat.
is a quarter Klingon. Yeah.
So here we this is episode 2 in Purgatory Shadow is the name of it. So they keep getting this message from the Alpha Quadrant, right?
Right.
Gamma
Quadrant.
The Gamma Quadrant. Yeah,
Yep.
coming through the wormhole.
Sorry, I always forget. But it's a repeating message.
It's a
but
Cardassian.
they can't. They don't know what it means. They can't tell what it says.
So they decide to ask Garak if he knows because they know. And he comes back. It was just a 5-year-old planet survey. No big deal.
Like he's like you should have seen the look on their face.
It was just like that.
Just like that.
And that's Zial. That's Ducat's daughter.
Who is half Bajoran.
Yeah.
Because when there was the occupation, he like ran a
busy.
concentration camp or something, and then he had a favorite Bajoran that he, gave favors to and whatever, and took her to the home planet when they got ran out of Bajor. Actually, it was the Dominion Federation War. At the conclusion, part of the treaty was to get them off of Bajor.
Right.
And among other things. But also, the Federation gave up a bunch of other colonies, which created the Marquis. So, hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Either good.
So the funny thing about Bashir here, we find out later about him. Spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen this almost 30-year TV show. Bashir is a changeling.
Right. He'd been captured like a couple of weeks earlier when he went to some kind of medical conference by himself.
Yeah. And we don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet. Right.
So but, the actor didn't even know it until they filmed the episode.
Right.
He's all mad and like, well, that's why we told him because we didn't want you acting any different. So
exactly, because he totally which was cool. Um, and Zial has a thing for Garak, but Garak has been banished from the Cardassians because he was part of the Obsidian Order and he was like a secret agent and stuff. But now he runs a tailor shop, and Gul Dukat, who's her father, hates him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
she's kind of stuck, and now Gul Dukat, he had a falling out with his government, sort of, and then the Klingons invaded because they had been taken over by a changeling.
Yeah, who was Martok, the second in
Martok,
command.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and so they had been taken over by, infiltrated by changelings. So, but somehow he had stolen a Klingon bird of prey with a cloaking device. So when you see him, he's got like all this Klingon battle trophies
Gear.
and stuff
Yeah.
and gear
Yeah. All
on,
over
and
the
yeah,
place.
and he's got his bird of prey, and he does like raids and stuff on him. And he actually works with the Federation a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it suits his
And
interests.
so
Now
obviously
Garrett.
Garak here, we find out. Oh wait, he's going to steal a runabout.
Right, because he wants to go to the Gamma Quadrant, because apparently that transmission was not what he thought it was.
Yeah. Bashir /
She's
the
like,
Changeling knew.
Right.
So let's go talk to Captain Sisko. It turns out it's actually from Enabran Tain.
yeah,
The
Who
message
led
says,
the he was part of the Obsidian Order that led the joint Cardassian
Romulan task
Romulan
Romulan
force.
fleet. Yeah,
and the Romulan Tal Shiar. So they were both like the CIA and the KGB working together kind of thing. And they
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
fleet and they were going to attack the Dominion out like main base. Turned
They're
out
going
it
to
was
kill
a
the founders
right. It
and
was
wipe them out.
complete. It was a complete setup because both command structures had already been infiltrated by changelings. So everybody knew they were coming. There was a giant fleet, and they wind up getting destroyed. Everyone thought everybody was dead, but it turns out there's lots of prisoners, and they're
Yeah.
keeping them on like these prison camps and stuff. So he got a message from Enabran Tain, who was the leader of the Obsidian Order, which he was a part of, and he was like, I was his main confidant, and he treated me like a son and all this. Um, so that's why he wanted to go
And the
get him back.
encryption used in the message is only created by him and Enabran Tain.
Right. So it could
So it
only
could
come
only,
from him.
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And he sells it to Cisco that we need to investigate this because there could be a lot of survivors from Bajoran settlements have been attacked and Federation ships have gone missing.
Yeah.
And
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of Federation ships that have gone into the Delta
yeah,
Quadrant and then disappeared. Um, and wasn't there a battle in there too? Because they had to come rescue him or something.
I think there
And
was
like,
a small one.
right. And that one Galaxy Star
Yeah, just
size
got
starship got
yeah, the Odyssey.
kamikaze by
completely
the
destroyed. Yeah,
the Odyssey. That's it. So there could be Odyssey crew members still captured. So
Yeah.
And there's
that's what seals the
a,
deal.
I think it was called New Bajor was a Bajoran colony too that went missing.
That was in the Gamma Quadrant,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
So,
they colonized it before, like that first year the wormhole was opened up through the other side. There was no contact with the Dominion whatsoever.
yeah, so everybody was just going over there looking around.
Yeah, like they had those weird people that like playing games or something.
That was the lamest episode ever.
Yeah, it was weird.
Those must have been like a retard group that the Dominion kicked
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
or something, right? Well, because they were just like there was ones that just sold Tula berries or whatever that Quark got the concessions for.
Tullaberry wine.
Chiliberry wine with Grand Negus and stuff. And then through that
Oh.
story, he kind of winded up
Also
getting
the
screwed out of it. Yeah.
the bad guys in that TNG TNG movie. What movie was that?
Soren.
Insurrection.
Was that the one where they had the
There were people on that planet, and they were trying to move them to another planet. Well, the bad guys in
Yeah.
that are part of the Dominion too.
Oh, okay.
Were they?
Yeah.
Which one was it that they had the weapons that were outlawed? They would like tear a hole in the dimensional rift or whatever. Those are weird guys that
I
had their
remember that one.
faces, their skin all stretched.
Yeah, stretched back. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that was them.
was that them? Okay.
yeah.
I
They
can't.
basically, I think they had basically become mercenaries. So
Yeah, they
they
did.
were mercenaries for the Dominion. They, the Dominion or hired them or something.
What do they call? Oh, there were subs. Was they subspace weapons or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cisco's like, oh, you won't be going alone, and he sends Worf. And Worf's like,
Yep.
oh yeah, I'm doing this. This will be fun. He's a Klingon. So. And Dax is not happy about it.
Oh, that's right. They're in a relationship by this point in the
Yeah, I
show.
think are they married by this point?
No,
I think?
not yet.
Not
Nah,
yet.
that was that happened in season like
I think
6.
they're like what is it? They're the Klingon version of being engaged or something
Right. Yeah.
like that. So she's mad about it, and she's like, "I'm just here. Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just here for these." And she like takes out his collection of Klingon opera.
Right. And then he's like, you have a habit of losing things. Because apparently, so she's very like good at her job, but because she's lived so many lives, the Dax symbiote has, it has all these idiosyncrasies it picked up from other hosts, right? So the Dax host or the Jadzia host is a little more playful than some of the other ones.
Hey, Roman.
But one of the things that the Dax symbiote picked up is to like be sloppy sometimes and just like mischievous and all kinds of things, like moving all the furniture in Odo's quarters by like a millimeter.
Yeah.
But he could
Just to
tell,
mess with them.
just mess with him, right? Like stuff like that, where you got, more important things to do, but you're wasting time doing that stuff. But it makes the character so interesting.
I think they were dating at this time too in real life.
Oh, really? I thought she
Yeah,
was
they-
already married.
No,
Is she married already? Thought she was
maybe
married to the Sprint telephone guy. Or
she
whatever.
did that after.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they did date for a while. So
Really? In real life?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good for Michael Dorn.
yeah, really.
Because she's still pretty smoking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like 61 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear how she got off the show? Because the last season she wasn't on there.
Yeah, they replaced her with Ezra.
Yeah, they killed her off, and
Yeah, I didn't like
Basically, they
Replaced
fired her.
because she wanted more money.
Yeah, and she thought
Yeah.
everybody, because they're going in the last season, she's like, okay, if we want to raise, we should do it now while we have the leverage.
it.
And she
Yeah.
thought everybody had her back, and she went in there, and they're like, nope. They hunt her out, and she got burned.
Yeah. That, and then I've said this before. I think that they should have replaced her character. The new Dax host should have been a man.
Yeah, I think it would have been
And
better.
it should have been like a dude bro or something.
Yeah, right, really?
That would have been like a jock kind of guy. It would have been funny.
Which explains why the very last episode where they're doing this, like, they're remembering all the things that happened to him there.
Yeah.
She, Worf, all his memories are of Ezra. Nothing about his big, giant Klingon wedding, and
Yeah,
Me-
it was. Yeah, it really sucked.
it was really, that pissed me off.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, it was pretty terrible. They could have just
They-
recycled some of the video footage.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they would have had to have paid her, and they were
Right.
not going to do that. So
Yeah.
it got petty at the end.
I mean, she must have really walked in and just like took a big dump all over their desk or something.
I guess.
You know?
From what I understand, they had an attitude too. The producers, they
Yeah.
really, well, they did the same thing with Wesley Crusher. He wanted to do a movie, and they're like, "No, you got to be here beginning the first season, day one." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Okay," and they did. And turned out they didn't need him. He could have done the movie. It was just a
Right,
put you
right.
into your place type of thing. So
Yeah, but it was Will Wheaton, so nobody cared.
that's true too.
It's different when you're talking about Terry Farrell.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, should have.
Exactly. Shut up, Wesley. Yep. The other one is, yeah. And then they replaced her with Ezri Dax.
I
They could have
hated
got
her.
they could have got a different actress, the one that looked better.
I like the actress. It's just what they did. The character was.
I didn't care for the character, and maybe that's transferring on to the actress, not liking
Yeah,
her.
it does sometimes.
But yeah, it was terrible.
What's his name?
Garak here is.
Yeah, and brain freeze. Sorry.
Oh, Zial.
Zial.
Yeah,
I mean,
and,
the
what's his
last,
name sees him, and he's like,
yeah.
Oh,
Caldecott, yeah.
here
Yep.
comes Dad.
Yep. It's going to be kind of a shotgun wedding, but no wedding.
no.
Just the shotgun.
Yeah, just a shotgun. Yeah.
She's like, he threatens to kill him.
And Quark is kind of weird. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go get security intel on you. Ooh. Like, really? Quark could be like taking bets who gets thrown off first.
Yeah, he's a little. Depends on
that
the
would be good for
episode, I
business.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. The plot, but yeah, because normally Quark would be like, yeah, go ahead and throw him. I got heads. He goes, head skull first in the ground. But no, he threatens to get security, and Zial is begging her dad not to kill him, and
He doesn't have that weird mustache, handlebar mustache, does he?
no,
It's in one of the older episodes. Okay.
that was Gul Masset. The very first Klingon you saw was actually him, Mark Alamo.
Yeah.
But
Was
he
that
a
him?
different- Yep.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
The
Yep.
first
They
Klingons?
had that
No, the first,
Cardassian.
Cardassian, yeah.
because they had that weird round helmet with a nose stain. they
Yeah,
took
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Weird. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they got rid of that.
Yeah, me too. And
Yeah.
actually, in lore, Masset is actually a cousin of Goldacott. That's how they explain the likeness in their appearance.
Oh, well, that makes sense, right?
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's cool.
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like,
Cisco's.
I
telling
love
him,
this. He's like, Worf's like, at the first sign of treason, I will kill him.
Yeah.
You're kidding, right? Am I?
Yeah.
Because he tells him exactly. It gives him explicit orders: do not engage the Dominion.
Yeah. Don't take any unnecessary risks.
Right.
See if you can find this horse, then come home. We'll send it in the cavalry.
I love this whole scene here. It's like, he's like, I want to join Starfleet. Could you help me? It's like,
What?
He goes through this whole thing. He's like, Worf realizes, wait, you don't want to join Starfleet.
He's like,
No,
"You're
I don't.
Yeah,
I
you're
just need to brush up
Practice
on
my
my
lying.
lying.
Right, yeah. He's like, you're a dirty liar. He's like, well, you got to practice these things. So,
I like he's like, I think they should make me a commander as soon as I get out. I think that'd be,
right. He's like, because of all my previous experience.
And Worf's like, no way, Cardassian. Well, you got a Ferengi going in there.
He's like,
you're a
well,
Klingon.
Yeah. Yep.
And Worf's like, oh, well, you got a point.
Yeah. What people might not realize is that Garak is way more dangerous than he looks by a lot.
Yeah.
He's a quite murderous individual.
Right. Yeah.
He
So
comes across
Ducat
as being
here
an
is-
oddball, but yeah.
Yeah. He's a great character. He's one
He's
of my
really good.
favorite characters
Yep.
in this show.
Yeah. He's up there with Morin for me.
And Ducat here is like angry that she let his daughter have anything to do with Garak.
Yeah. He's like, I left her in your care, and this is what I get. And Kira's like, well, she's an adult. And Garak is the only other guy on the station who's a Cardassian, so, limited options. And she doesn't like him either, but... And that's because he has this kind of change of his face, like... You did this on purpose, didn't you? You
Yeah.
used my own daughter to get... you turned my daughter against me. I will not forget this. And she gets all up and she's like, yeah, you do that, buddy. And then once he leaves, she's kind of like, ugh, I made a mistake on that one.
Yeah.
Because they kind of need him because he's like doing a lot of work for them and
Right, he's
intelligence.
smuggling. Yeah, he's doing
Mhm.
intelligence. He's using it as bird of prey to smuggle stuff around and move passengers and basically just keep tabs on what's going on.
Yeah.
Plus,
Plus,
of his previous connections, people treat him as a legitimate, like, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Legitimate part of the Cardassian resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He was a
Garak
valuable
here,
asset.
they're going near an area that's, Dominion space, and it's really heavily guarded and stuff. But Garak says, well, there's a nebula we could go through that would hide our approach. So they decide to do that. And pretty much immediately run into the Jim'Hadar.
An entire fleet of
So
them.
there's an entire fleet of them hiding in the nebula. So
I love it when they beam over. It's like, oh, thank goodness, we were lost. Could you help?
It's like, could you point us into the wormhole?
He gets a rifle butt in the face for his trouble. Right there. They take him to a prison outpost. Oh, then he's talking about the baby. How she misses the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though it's not hers, she has a connection to it, so.
Right, right.
So they get a kind of blurry message from Worf saying, what is it? Dominion
Build up,
and imminent.
and then nothing.
Yeah. So then they realize, oh, they're coming. They're on their way. Because right after that, they start sensors on the other side of the wormhole start going out.
Yeah, listening.
So they realize that, they're coming.
Yeah. So they send Kira over in Defiant to go look and see what's going on. Because they got a cloak on that ship. And here's their prison planet. Was it Outpost 371?
Yeah, it's an asteroid. It used to be like a mining station or something.
Mm-hmm.
And but it doesn't. I mean, it's just got guards, but there's no real security on it because what are you going to do?
Nowhere to go.
In space? Yeah, there's no spacesuits or anything.
Yeah, he actually tells them if you leave the environment, you're dead. It's just rock and space. And they find out that there are Klingons there. There are
Cardassians.
Romulan, and a few other species too.
Yep.
Now, Kira's like, yeah, we had to turn around and run because...
Right, yeah. That's the other thing is they don't really... Like, you don't really learn that much about the Breen.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I always...
They're real mysterious species.
Yeah.
I thought they came from like a very cold climate.
But then somebody else says no, it's actually quite warm there, or nice.
Oh.
And nobody knows why they wear cold suits. So...
Yeah.
And Scott here is telling his daughter to pack a bag and get home to Cardassia because reasons. He's being all,
Hey, Teresa.
Hello. Martin Hughes.
Zax is in the chat.
Hey, Zax. Hail, Zax. She doesn't understand why. He's like, just obey me, please. I'm your father. Because he knows something.
Oh, night, goat. Have a good one.
Good night, goat. And everybody's all getting all anxious because it's kicking off.
And he's like, "Fine, stay here and be damned."
Oh, that comes later. Yeah,
Oh, that comes later. Okay.
that's when they get their little instructions on what to do, where you can go, and oh, yeah,
So they're like, they come across this, and they have a little arena set up, and lo and behold, it's General Martok fighting one of the Jem'Hadar. So they've set up a little fighting match here.
it's a training facility for fighting Alpha Quadrant people.
Right,
Yep.
right. And from the look of Martok, he's been here a while.
He says 2
Um,
years.
yeah, he's been there 2 years. He was hunting targs in the mountains when he
Yeah,
just
they
woke
got
up
him.
here. Yeah, they kidnapped him there, replaced him. Because you had that whole Cardassian Klingon war going
Yeah,
on.
and they find out Martok was the one who was really pushing Gowron to do the
Do it
war.
right. They thought Galron was a changeling, but he's not.
Yeah,
It was wound up being
the
Him.
Martok guy.
Martok. Yeah. And here's Enabran Tain. He lived, but now he's dying. He had some kind of
Yep.
disease or something, I think.
He's got something wrong with his heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And he actually crawled in the wall, redid. So they found out this is a mining facility that had its own life support systems, and he crawled in the wall and redesigned from scratch a transmitter and was able to get the signal out that way. And it took like 2 years to do. So
Hmm. Right. So he was able to build it from like all the leftover parts that were in there.
yeah,
Yep,
and
they
now
look like feather pillows, don't they?
Oh, like
yeah,
yeah, they
they
look like
do.
old
They
like
do.
1800s pillows.
I
The ones
remember
where
the.
the goose quills will poke through and poke you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Heavy too.
Hmm.
Yes. Yep.
And they have them in Star Trek. It's a space goose, it's feathers from a space goose.
Yeah.
He ain't looking too good, is he?
Oh,
And they're trying to decide what. Oh yeah, they can't. For some reason, even though this is the most important part of the Alpha Quadrant, Starfleet never has a fleet nearby, a task force. It's always going to take
Right.
yeah.
days to
Yeah.
get people there.
Yeah. They're like, they're gonna take at least a week, and it's like, where? No, they're they that
Well,
far.
also, while this is going on, there's also a threat from the Borg. So
Right.
they've got
Yeah. Yeah.
more than
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing going on at a time.
Right. But I would at least have. So they have the
Yeah.
Defiant there, but come on, you're gonna need more than one ship.
Yeah,
You
have
I
think
would
you
have
would
had
have
a,
a lot
bigger
of
ships.
ships. Yeah.
yeah,
Just-
at
just
least
because-
have the older ones from like the Wrath of Khan or whatever flying
Yeah.
around the
The
Miranda
Nebula
class.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always amazes me how their military placement is so thin.
Right.
So they're deciding here if all else fails to stop the Dominion, they're going to use the station's deflector array to
Co-
collapse the wormhole.
Yeah, to collapse the wormhole.
Yep. Last option. Shut it down. Save everybody on this side.
Yep.
Worf has got like 36 hours to get home. And Kira's like, wait a minute, we're going to kill my gods? I'm like, no. We're just going to close this celestial temple. And your gods, if they want to contact Voyager, have never,
Yeah, right.
always been able to find a way to get a message to them if they wanted to. So yeah, they're making plans to do that. And Martok's been telling him how he's always been crawling in there and every day, and he's quite resourceful and clever, and he always talked about you, Garak, and then guess what?
The dock. And I'm sure this was a really big shock to people when it was
Yeah,
came
it
out.
was. You're like,
It's
oh
like,
wow.
whoa,
But
What?
he's been.
by not telling the actor that he was from the previous episode, I think it really helped because he
It
really
sold
Yeah.
it.
sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually said they purposely did that so that he would act the same, so they would show how good that shapeshifter was. That
Right.
Yeah.
fooled everybody. And then he says, "Yeah, I got caught a month ago."
Yeah. She's been there a month.
And then they mentioned that they can't do a blood test on Breen because it has no blood. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How is it alive and have a humanoid form? What is it then? And then, yeah, they're...
And Martok lost one of his eyes in that fighting arena.
Yeah, they've worked him over good for 2 years, solid.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to get out of here, you know.
Humans aren't worthy enough to fight in that ring, so.
Apparently not.
Well, the Jem'Hadar are the ones that are interested in combating
Clean up.
the
Yeah.
Klingons, right?
They keep hearing about it, like, so warrior species. Oh, finally, somebody we can have fun with.
So he's like, I brought you some sandwiches so I can mess up your work. Haha.
Yeah, right, really? Mwahaha.
I always wonder how these. I wonder if there's like a X-ray of a. What are they called? They have 2 spinal columns on either side of their neck. I want to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like
That
to
bone.
see a. No, on their neck, on the back
Oh.
of their neck. You know, they have. Those are spinal columns on either side of their neck.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a X-ray of that. See how that works.
He's waiting for Zial because the shuttle's leaving for Bajor, or no, Cardassia. And this is where she tells him, no, I'm staying. And then he's like, okay, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Dead to me. Want him dead. Want his cat dead. Want his...
Stay here and be damned, he says.
Yep.
And Garak's like, I had no idea I've been having lunch with the Changeling. What? Actually, I got along quite well with them for last month, you know? I didn't miss you at all.
So Martok's like, if you want to talk to Tang, now's the time.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's dying.
Yeah.
And we find out some things about Garak here too.
Yeah, really.
That this is actually his father.
But they had a falling out, and Tain is the one that banished him out of
Yeah.
Cardassia.
Yeah.
So why he had to
Tain-
go to the space station.
He could never acknowledge him because he would be a weakness his enemies could use against him.
Right, exactly.
That's why he had to be the way he was. And it gets really sad here because he tells about, you remember that day we went to the countryside? And Garak's like, yeah, that was the only day. And Garak was trying to do something, but he kept getting hurt. And then in the day, he held his hand and said he was proud of him. That was like his only acknowledgement of him as being a son, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. When he was real little.
Which was
Yeah.
that was the only way he could say, you know, you're my son, is that story.
Yeah. And Garak is like wanting acknowledgments, and can't you just, instead of a mentor or a confidant, can you just talk to me as a father?
Yeah.
And that surprises Bashir to no end. Yeah, that's the look he gave him.
See
And then
that
Tain-
look right there.
Yep.
That's the look.
And then Tain tells him that story, then has kind of a nice little smile, then dies.
Yeah.
now.
Then they call Worf. It's time to fight.
Yep.
So they get all ready to
Close
blast the wormhole.
Yeah.
And
It actually has the exact opposite effect. It makes it even stronger.
Right. So that they can't possibly shut it down now. And it burns out all the emitters.
Yep.
And then, like, right after that, they start coming through. It's like battle stations. So that's into the first half there. Hang on just a second. Let me get that set up.
So there's a nice little resolution to the Enabran Tain
Right.
story arc.
Story arc, exactly.
You find out he's his dad, and now we've built and built and built up to the point. So in our next episode, we finally get some payoff. The Dominion finally come through.
Yep.
And we got a bit of surprise.
Yeah, and it's a massive fleet.
Yeah.
And we actually get some shots of new ships that we haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're more capital ships than the little beetle bug ones.
Yeah, you get the big giant ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Last time on DS9.
So yeah,
Here
you
they
can
come.
see the pause. Oh no, pause. Pause.
So it sees them in the Defiant, and then you see a screenshot of maybe 4 other ships. And it's like, what are they gonna do? Just get blown up, you know?
Yeah, they have like runabouts and stuff
Yeah.
flying around. Yeah.
Oh, having a problem. Technical issues here.
And she makes the joke about there's a lot of ships there. So, well, that makes it harder for us to miss, you know?
Yeah. By this point, they'd already put all the upgrades on the station, right?
Yes.
Where they had like they like quadrupled the number of torpedo launchers.
Right. That was before they had that little fight with the Klingons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have shields now.
Yeah. Well, I thought it had shields before, but this has like more.
Yeah,
they got big shields. Yeah.
Yeah. This has better shields.
They have a secret weapon, Chief O'Brien.
Yeah, right.
They got way more. It has like quadruple the number of torpedo launchers.
Yeah.
And, plus
phaser banks
big store of torpedoes and phaser banks to the point where
armed to the teeth.
Right. It's like as armed up as you can make it.
So they're like, they have all the ships are coming, and then they all change their heading for Cardassia.
Cardassia, right. So everyone thinks, oh man, they're attacking Cardassia now.
Yeah.
And then they get a transmission.
You see Goldacott's ship, and they're like, no, don't chase them. He's like, you don't understand, Major. I'm joining them.
Right. They've been working secretly for months to negotiate a deal where they join the Dominion.
Yep.
And he's going to be the leader of the planet of Cardassia.
And he's like, you and me on the same side never really felt right.
He wants to return Cardassia to its glory, and the Dominion are the key to that.
Right.
Oh, the show Garak here where the transmitter is. Because he needs to get a... they're going to... Somehow they know the runabout is in orbit, and they're going to try to contact it to beam them out of there.
Right. Yeah,
which
this is a
is
big plot
which is
hole in
yeah,
this
yeah.
episode. Like,
I
why
guess
would
they
they just let it hanging in space up there?
I guess they explain it in season 7 or 6. Something to do with the Section 31 had something to do with it.
Oh, really? Okay, but
Yeah.
at the time, I was like, why would the Cardassians or the Jem'Hadar leave it there? How would they know it's up there? That
I know.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
You think
the transmitter has already been built, right? So
yeah,
they just have to reconfigure it to send a different message.
right.
Is
Yeah.
all.
So they want to be able to beam or to be able to transport to the ship.
Right. If
Yeah.
you can send a
Activate
signal
the
to
transport.
the runabout, the computer can beam you up. And so apparently there's no shields around this facility.
I know, right?
Yeah. Which, I mean, if it's super deep in Dominion space, maybe that was not a thing. But
Well, Raoul Pinthe did. They
yeah,
had to get to the surface to get far enough away from the shield generator so they could be beamed up.
right.
But I guess the Dominion's like, well, nobody's going to mess with us, so,
Exactly. It's one of those kinds of things. Kind of like that Obi-Wan Star Wars episode where they had the secret Imperial base that had no defenses because no one would dare attack them.
yeah. That's the
Nonsense.
thinking.
Yeah. So maybe that was kind of the same thing. Sorry if I triggered anybody bringing that show up. Actually triggered myself.
I
'cause
thought you were
thought of
going to
that.
say that, no one would think to go around the laser gate on the
Right.
sides where there's no
Laser gate, or, it's not apparent that it's like a little kid underneath a trench coat. You know, nonsense. God, that show sucked.
I am so glad I didn't watch a single episode.
Oh, it was terrible. It was. I mean, you saw like the little clip, right, with the laser gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Really? Oh no, we're stopped.
yeah. It was terrible. But
What
anyway,
show?
it was the Obi-Wan Kenobi
Oh yeah.
series, the one with where it had Leia was like a 3'2" 10-year-old that
And
ran like a
nobody could
toddler.
catch her. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
She ran like she knew what is it?
Parkour? No.
Parkour. Parkour.
Yeah. No, it's not that. The actress didn't do that. She ran like a toddler.
Yeah.
And they had to like fumble around and pretend like they couldn't catch her.
You
It's
can't
terrible.
catch a toddler.
Then they took Leia and threw her in this communications tower, and it had a giant jumbled wire harness that had like 1,000 wires that just went all over the place. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I know how to fix this." It's like, really? When did you train on that? You know what I mean? With no schematics and no tools.
Well, don't
just-
you know
but
she has a
anyway.
vagina and that
Yeah,
allows
yeah.
her access to everything?
It
But
didn't
anyway.
make any sense. But anyway, that's
Gary
kind of the
thinks
same level of plot hole in this.
Oh,
like-
fight time.
Oh no,
Oh.
they're
Oh,
releasing
that's
the
right.
Cardassians.
Yeah, because they're now part of the Dominion. That you,
So,
Garak.
not you.
The
Except
leader of
not
the
a very
Cardassian government
popular
doesn't
one.
like you. Well, who's that? Goldacott. And he's like, ew.
I always enjoy when you see like the homeworld pictures and stuff like Bajor
Mhm.
and Kronos with I can't remember their capital city. And
Yeah,
then this is on
Cardassia Prime.
Cardassia Prime, right? So it's Goldacott making a announcement.
Yeah.
They're now part of the Dominion.
And all territories seized by Klingons will be ours again.
Right. So all the within in 5 he said what in 5 days would be his son's birthday, and as a birthday present to him and the Cardassian people, by the time of his birthday celebration, they will have all the planets back that the Klingons took. They'll wipe out the Marquis and take all those planets back,
Mhm.
and then he and also like anything else that he said they will make Cardassia whole again.
Yeah. Bring it back to its former glory.
Right.
Make it whole.
Yeah, because with the war with the Federation, they kind of didn't really come out on top. It wasn't a complete loss for them, but They did get some concessions, but it was a peace deal,
Yeah.
so they didn't get everything they wanted. Keep in mind, at this time, this is still a changeling. And he's like, we need to do more blood tests and phaser screenings.
I like this part. This would be a perfect torture chamber. A little electric shock every now and then. And
Yep.
dark and hot.
Yep. It turns out in real life, Andrew Robertson is mildly claustrophobic, and he had the flu filming this.
Oh, man.
You can imagine. So when he comes out looking all peaked, you know why?
Cause he's actually peaked.
Yeah, he really is. Not well.
Oh, and then having all the makeup on. And,
I know, right?
My goodness.
It's time. So it is. So everybody's gathered around to see the Beat the Klingon event.
I mean, this prison isn't very high tech. There are no cameras anywhere, at least on the inside of the cells.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in like real life, you don't do that mainly for prisoner privacy and stuff in some countries, but this is Dominion with the Jem'Hadar. I figured they wouldn't care.
This is the kind of place where Epstein would die in.
Yeah. Yep. So Worf has to
Klingon Jitsu.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it.
Yeah.
He was always teaching it to people on the Enterprise.
Oh, yeah, they can't get him out because there's a guard too close to the door, so they got to wait. And the doctor's like, yeah, you're not going in. We're going to do a break rotation, 15 minutes for every hour you're in, and,
So Worf does pretty good in his first few fights, but it's just one fight after another after another.
Right.
But then he's like, yeah, he was like the youngest, least experienced one of us. But he gets pummeled pretty bad.
Yeah.
Breaks ribs and everything, and and the Klingons show up. Turns out they got kicked out of Cardassian space.
They got whooped pretty good.
Yeah, they've got wounded, and even Galron had some plasma burns.
I was like, no, he didn't get those in hand-to-hand combat. He got plasma burns.
Got close to that panel and it blew up. You gotta love the exploding panels in space.
Yeah.
I think that's a design flaw.
Got a few cuts from the enemy, but mostly plasma burns.
He's talking about
that's all the casualties they have. Plasma burns.
Consolidating their lines, and
it's like we're gonna go back to Kronos and have a last stand. It's like okay.
Reevaluate and reorganize. And he puts the if you were friends with the Federation, and he goes, the Kittimer Accords, why fight the Dominion alone when you have an ally? So he's trying to be Mr. Starfleet and trying to get the treaty back online, and because he knows he needs the Klingons too. And the Changeling guy is like not happy.
He's like, yeah, we want the fleets to come here. Wonder why. So he starts messing with one of the runabouts. Not sure why yet.
It's like won 3 or 4 battles in a row now. And he's like, yeah, you got 4 broken ribs, brain bleed.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah,
be
I'll be
fine.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll be all right.
I'm a Klingon.
And the lights are going out on. Well, no, lights went out on Garak. He was in there alone before. That's why he freaked out so much.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And now he's
Talking
Starts
to
going down.
making
himself.
a lot of racket in there.
He's
So
freaking
like,
out
what's going
hardcore.
on?
The light went out. I'm scared of the dark.
So he's like, I have the flu. I'm going to lay down for a little bit.
I need a moment, guys.
Oh, man. Way to use your sickness to portray sickness on a show.
Yeah, really. What an actor. Oh, here's Goldacott. Give him a little resin.
Yeah, gloating.
Right. He's like, hey, I'm going to need that station back too, because
Yeah.
it's Cardassian. He was like, technically, it was built by Bjorn's slave labor. And he's like, well, at any rate, by the fifth
Uh-huh.
day of my, after my son's birthday, I'm going to want it back.
We kicked the Klingons out. Now we're,
Yeah, we're coming after you next.
taking after Bajor, threatening them and things are getting dire. Worf ain't
Yeah.
gonna last much longer.
Yeah, Worf's been working his way up all the
Mm-hmm.
all the guards and all the. So his next fight, he gets to fight the main head dude.
And they've been watching and studying his moves too. So
It's like, yeah, we start to get little glimpses of like it's kind of odd behavior. Now that we know he's a changeling.
Right. Yeah. He has a different air totally about him.
Yeah, and he's like, you want to play darts at a time like this?
she's being all sad because she's waiting for if they close the wormhole or she thinks Garak may be dead.
Yeah,
She's never gonna see him, and now her dad's against her, and she's alone again.
yeah. I like what Quark is like. The Jem'Hadar don't do anything. They don't eat. They don't gamble. They don't sleep around. They're. I'm gonna lose business.
She's like, well, maybe the Vorta do all that stuff.
Yeah,
Sex
Yeah.
creating gabbling addicts.
Yeah. Yep. And he's like, you're right. It's like, well, I wonder what their favorite food is.
The joke's on them because they're just like the Jem'Hadar. They don't.
yeah.
I think they do eat and drink and stuff. Plus, Wayoon
Yeah.
he has that fascination with that weird quack scientist guy that wants to entertain your cells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think that the founders created them, but originally they came from like these like little monkey creatures that hung out in trees.
And they
Yeah.
didn't give him
And
much in the way
let-
of palate for tastes and.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the head Vortas come
So
to inspect the fights.
and some Jem'Hadar are suspicious of some things, so they're like questioning everybody, wondering where's the Cardassian. It's like I don't know. So they find the tool and it's like, what is this for?
He says it might be a self-sealing stem bolt, which is kind of a gag that they've got
And
going
start.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really get to notice that these guys look different than the other Jem'Hadar we've seen in the past, and these are from a different cloning facility, which is in the Alpha Quadrant, right? No,
These
no,
are
never mind.
Gamma.
Yeah, but they are from a different
Yeah,
cloning
they're new
facility.
because they're
Yeah,
going to learn how to fight Alpha
right,
species, so they
right.
do look a little bit different.
Which
Because I
it looks
guess
pretty good. It looks cool.
they're born with the ability. They're born with knowledge in their genes. So they grow up. They don't have to go to school. They know
Right.
things, and they know how to fight people in the Gamma Quadrant because that's where their psych profiles have been provided for them against all the Gamma species, and now they're building up their Alpha databases.
So they're getting ready for battle here.
And Changeling Bashir's got a little device. He's heading to the sun.
Yeah. So he pulls a Terminator move here, where he copies the voice of another person. It's like, and then it
Creepy.
shows everybody else there is dead.
Right. Because he's a shapeshifter, he can do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
So
fleet's
then
all
they
there.
start getting sensor readings. It's like cloaked ships, and it's the Romulans.
Right. They've come to kind of help. Because
Yeah.
now it's got to be all hands on deck because they know that they're kind
Yeah.
of screwed otherwise.
So they figure out what that tool is as Worf gets beat up pretty bad. He's like, I'm not giving up. Not giving up.
And then the head Jimidar's like, well, it happens here a little bit later, but oh yeah. And this is why the Romulans say never turn your back on a Breen.
Yep.
That Bream costume always reminds me of like what Leia was wearing when she goes into Jabba's
Yeah,
palace.
it does. Yeah, I've always
but-
thought that was like,
The bounty hunter, yeah, the helmet.
yeah.
The actor who's in that Breen outfit was a woman, and she later becomes a recurring Dabo girl in the last season.
Okay.
She doesn't
Oh,
ever have
really?
any lines, but yeah. And they're like, oh, hell.
Yeah, so this guy's like, all I can do now with this guy is kill him. And that no longer holds my interest.
Yeah, I can't beat him. I can only kill him. And then the Vorder's like, oh, yeah? Well, that isn't going to fly.
Like, shoot them both.
And right before they go ahead to shoot him,
They get beamed out.
into
He
the
gets killed.
into the magical runabout, just floating.
In geostation orbit above their head.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I'd be smacking that console like,
so-
go, 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 go.
Yeah. So Section 31 left this ship here?
Apparently they had something to do with it. It's explained in season 6 when he meets Sloane how that came to be.
Okay.
Right, because is that the season they have a lot of Section 31, like where
Yeah.
Bashir gets put in with those like really smart genetically engineered people, and
Yeah.
they predict that that the Federation's going to lose within a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they get a message from Dr. Bashir. It's like, I'm getting a message from Dr. Bashir.
From the Gamma Quadrant? What? Where? What?
It's like, I mean, you have to get some pretty quick thinking. Oh.
But then he
so
goes,
our guy
computer-
is not a good guy.
where's Dr. Bashir? He says he's not on the station. Do you think the Changeling would take his little communicator off, leave it in the station so that they would think he's still there? You know. But no.
Right.
They know he's not on the station. And they know he's in a runabout heading for the sun. And they do a scan. They find all these explosives and like, hey, wait a minute. If that goes in the sun, that's going to cause a supernova.
Right, which will take out Bajor, the station, and all of the
Ships, yeah.
starships. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really cool scene. Let me see if I can get it. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, well, I want you to jump into warp. It's like within a star system. Yeah, there's not going to be a star system if we don't.
He does a Picard maneuver.
Yes.
Well, at least it's not the Holdo maneuver.
Oh, that was
Oh,
so
no.
stupid. Yes.
Yeah.
Whoop, grab him.
Bam.
Right, with the tractor beam, and then slingshot him off the.
So I guess he was on a kamikaze mission?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how else he's supposed to get out of there.
I think it was kind of a last minute. I better do
Yeah.
this. And it's, they have the Klingon fleet and the Federation fleet there, so it would have taken out the entire fleet,
And
the station, and
yeah.
Bajor.
They would have, yeah. Boom.
Oh yeah, they were also getting a bunch of sensor readings that there were Jem'Hadar ships everywhere.
Yeah, they thought
And
they were
as soon as they blow that little ship up, the runabout up, it stops. It's all gone. It was all a ruse to
keep him busy.
Yeah.
Garak makes it back.
He's like, I'm back.
It kicks off their relationship in a new direction. And then he's like, I couldn't believe that wasn't you.
For a month, I've been playing darts with a changeling.
Mm-hmm. And they're back together, and they finally decide to fully go back on the Kiddermer Accords. And then he wants, I need a Klingon, Liaison. How do you say that?
Liaison.
Liaison, yeah. And they pick Martok. So he's going to be on the station more. There's Goldacott. Oh, well. Some you win, some you lose.
He's like, I will take that station. Mm-hmm. He's like, come and get it. Come get some.
He eventually does, but
Yep.
It takes a while. So yeah, the Dominion Wars finally kicked off in high gear. After 5.5 seasons, it's on.
That's the last episode.
Wow, we kind of went through those a little faster than I thought we would have.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but most of them were pretty straightforward. We learned some interesting stuff that the Dominion, has way more like in-depth plans than you might think for things. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've got plans inside of plans.
And at the end of that episode, Cisco meets with Galron, and it's like, hey, if you leave some security troops here, we can secure this area better. So he's like, all right, well, you get the, and he's like, but I want to be able to pick the commander of the force. So he's like, sure. And that's when he picks General Martok.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another great character from the show.
So
I think I like the main cast, but the most complex characters are the ones in makeup and prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah. Some of them are really good. They've had some decent guest hosts, or you know what I mean, like guests on the show.
Yeah. But yeah. I was watching these earlier and thinking about two things from the new Star Trek. What was it? There were two of them. The Breen, the reason they have a snout, you know, underneath the helmet, they have a snout.
Like
That's
a
why the
dog
helmet's
snout
shaped
or
that.
a lizard snout.
Yeah, that's why the helmet is shaped like that.
Ah,
Mm.
And in the I think it was, what was it? Was it? It wasn't Picard, I don't think. I think it was in the newer Discovery
I
episodes.
try to avoid
But
those
they
shows.
totally have a flat face, like a regular human face almost.
Ah,
So it's like, it's not quite regular. I mean, it's got prosthetics and stuff on the face to make it look like an alien, but it doesn't have.
right.
That's what you don't. They don't need to do that though. They don't need. They're a mysterious race on purpose. They don't need to reveal them. You know.
The I think Wayun mentions that, this cold sun. Everybody thinks their planet is super cold. It has a very nice atmosphere. Why do they wear cold suits then? Like nobody knows.
You know.
They're a mystery.
The other thing, yeah, the other thing, the dilithium blows up all over the galaxy. And what's the one race that doesn't use dilithium? The Romulans. It would
Uh-huh.
have just been, it would have become one big Romulan empire.
Right. Yeah. Because they use I'm
A
trying to think of
wormhole. They use a
yeah.
black hole to
Yeah.
produce the energy somehow.
Uh, quantum manufactured quantum singularity or
Yeah, that would really suck if that messed up and it just sucks you into the
Yeah,
wormhole.
quantum singularity drive is the power source of their ships.
Yep.
Unlike for warp cores, which rely on matter antimatter, dilithium regulated, Romulan ships use a Dridex class, such as the Warbird, utilize artificial quantum singularity, essentially a microscopic black hole. It generates the immense energy required to warp travel in ship systems.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
I know in Star Trek Online, when you blew a ship up like that, it would cause it to lose containment, and then it would kind of collapse in on itself.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, and suck anything else in there.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can write some good Star Trek if you pay attention to the lore of
Through the
everything.
base lore, right, and do your research, and it's all there. It's canon. Now you can add to it, but you have to add to it logically, and not just be like, you know what, this would be cool if I did this, and
Yeah,
have a
Right.
toddler
Right.
run,
it would be
grown
cool
men
if
could catch it.
a baby cried and that was connected to the dilithium and made it all blow up all over the galaxy.
Oh yeah,
That's
exactly.
stupidest. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's because they have writers that don't know anything about how to write a story, what they're
Yeah.
doing. Um, they think they're doing something and cool, and they're not. And
It's
they're making, and
retarded.
that's the other thing is you don't make giant sweeping changes like that, you know,
Hmm.
um, into the lore without really thinking about it, like that kind of stuff. And of course, that also sounds stupid as hell. So
Yes.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's like, what kind of scientific thing is that based off of? You know, are you trying to say that that being was like some kind of extra dimensional god or something, or what? You know,
Yeah.
where you can do like really cool things with different stuff, but and they've ridden that at the edge of that line a lot with like the 29th century time traveler Federation guys or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
they could have come back and really jacked a bunch of stuff up if they weren't careful. But I think those wound up being really good episodes.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do a lot with time travel and extra dimensional stuff, and um, you got new planets and new races, and you can, and that's kind of why, in a way, I liked Stargate, because through the Stargate, you could go from a super advanced world, one that was like, Egyptian
Almost caveman
technology,
too.
right, to caveman, to nothing lived on it, or to it was so ancient, like all the life died off and the culture collapsed, and it's just ruins now that has like
Yeah.
um, technology there, or they invented something that wiped themselves all out, like the what were those things called, like the spider bot replicator things.
The replicator.
Yeah, the
Thing.
Replicators.
replicator. Yeah, the replicators that came from a planet that was like dead, and I
Yeah.
think if I remember right, and that's where they found them at.
Yeah, they
Um,
found a robot girl
yeah,
that could
Yeah, I
make
remember
them.
that one.
yeah,
Then she makes little replicators too. And it's like, oh, great.
Right.
right. And so it was, it was pretty cool, and you could do those things with it. And this is why kind of like I liked Next Generation. I liked the original series. Voyager was okay. It had its ups and downs. It got really good for a while.
Hmm.
Enterprise was decent. It had its ups and downs. It had some good stuff in it.
It got better
Um,
toward the end. Once they got
right.
rid of that temporal war stuff, that was stupid.
Yeah. That was not good. Um,
And
but
it made the Borg not as big a threat as they once were. Kind of
oh
made them
well,
a
You
right.
see the beginnings of it
villain of the
eventually,
week or
maybe.
something.
Yeah, because they had the species 8347 or whatever it was, the like liquid universe guys. Um,
Hmm.
and that was kind of, that was kind of cool. Um, and then in Enterprise, you had the Zindi, and I'm trying to which one it was that they had those big giant Dyson spheres um, that they went through.
Those were those builders
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
where they
were
had
in
like
charge of the temporal war. They're the ones telling the Zindi what to do.
right,
Right.
They never said who they were, but
yeah. But they had like the spheres were huge and had suns on the inside and stuff. Um, so that was so it had to be big enough to encompass a star. Uh, I think it had a like a generator thing that made an artificial star in the
hmm
middle of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was cool.
yeah, and so there's so much that they could do, but just the shows recently have just been hot garbage. And then they're coming out with this Starfleet Academy thing that looks like
Yeah,
trash.
with a female Jimadar.
Yeah, which is just doesn't make any sense.
No, there wasn't never a thing. Never a
Right.
thing.
Right. I don't know. I mean, maybe they explain it well. I highly doubt it. That's going to be the case. They're just throwing it in there just
Well,
cause.
she is part Klingon,
What? How do they
I
maybe
reproduce? That
guess.
doesn't make any sense.
whatever.
Um, yeah, I'm not even bothering with that stuff. Uh, just hopefully we're coming out of the era of bad, like just bad, terrible shows.
I I think a lot of more things are going to have to change before we start getting. I mean, the woke stuff may be on its way out, but we still have people that are
Well,
stupid
that
writers.
that's step one is to not have the story have to follow uh, revolve around that stuff. Because if that's your primary concern, then it's just going to make all the rest of it bad.
Yeah,
Then you have to have actual people that know stories and read like all kinds of different stories and experience things and
You
whatever.
need to get talent,
Right. Yes, and they
yeah.
have to be talented.
activists.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the first step is
Fire
happening. They're
fiery
laying a bunch.
activists and
They're doing that now. They're purging a lot of those people. There's layoffs galore going on.
Well, that's because a lot of them are A, talentless, and B, were hired simply because they
Yeah,
feel that
exactly.
they fit a block or whatever.
Yeah,
And, um, and it should be you hire them on their ability and merit, not just because
yeah.
of, who they happen to be, or you're afraid they're going to sue you if you turn them down or something. You just need to be able to tell people, no, get out of my office, you're fired. And not have to worry about, and then when
yeah,
they say, why is it? And just say, because they're no good. They're not good at their
Yeah.
job.
We lost
Um,
so much money. We can't
right.
do this
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. I can't,
yeah.
right. We
Disney should
can't,
clean
And
house on every part of their part.
as much as I love Star Trek and would like to see more of it, I want to see some new things. I want to see new stories, new
right.
Yeah. I want it to
and
retire for a
stuff.
while.
Yeah,
Right. Look at certain video games like Mass Effect is a good example. That just came out of nowhere. That wasn't a TV show. That wasn't a movie. As far as I know, it wasn't a book or anything. They were just like, hey, let's make this game. We'll just create this world from scratch. Look at Harry Potter. They that was just created from scratch. That wasn't like, an existing thing. It just she made all that up in her head. And, you
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
look at Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was some of it based off of, like previous works, but it wasn't derivative. It was an all new world. It just had some of
Hmm.
the, it had dragons and magic and fighting and stuff, which a lot of stories do.
There's
Um,
a lot of stuff out there, but they
yeah.
just hang on to these IPs
Hmm.
and milk them until they're literally
It's
dust.
they would.
Right.
It's like a sure thing. We'll make money off this.
Not
But it
anymore.
comes to a point where it's
Star
And
not
Trek is
making any
deader
money.
than hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm positive that there's got to be a script out there or something that somebody has read it and they're like, we really want to make this, but it's just not, like the content of it or whatever.
Yes.
No one's going to back it. Like
No one wants to take a chance.
in that movie Get Shorty, what's the script they got? They have a name for it. It's a really good script, but they don't like the name. But anyway, they're all trying to sell it. Like people are trying to they would see the script and it's, wow, this is really good. So I'm going to try to keep a hold of it so I can, be the one to produce it or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it kind of where people know if it's a script that it's really good. And,
Well, Tron,
take Tron. Yeah,
yeah,
they announced they're not going to do any more movies because guess what? They're not.
flop.
It's not a profitable IP.
no, because
Doctor Who
Well,
is dead.
they
Is gone.
it would have been a profitable IP if they had actually done something good with it.
Well,
They
they did.
crashed it themselves. They crashed it into
Yeah.
a brick wall.
yeah, right,
Same thing with Doctor Who. Star Trek
Yeah.
is the same way. Star Wars. Marvel has gone downhill tremendously.
right.
All the Pixar movies are crap now too. Remember
Yeah.
when they were really great and
Yep.
everybody's waiting for a Pixar movie to
And they
come
were
out?
just
Now it's
Pixar.
just like,
They did who did the Incredibles? Was that Pixar?
yeah.
Yeah, that was an amazing movie, and then it took them like 20 years to come out with another one, and it was woke trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're on Toy Story 5 or 6.
Yeah, those were good. Um, yeah, it just they went from some of the best entertainment you've ever seen to like just bad. And some of it might be okay. I've gotten older and I don't like care for some of the newer stuff like your parents did. They were like, oh, that's Star Trek, that's not good, it's not no Buck Rogers or whatever.
Mhm.
But there's a difference between that and just being bad and being
Yeah.
terrible, like this new Alien Earth show.
I don't even watch that
Like-
crap.
Like why would you take guns on a search and rescue into a building, ship crash into a building? It doesn't make any sense.
Or all the Predator movies that come out lately or the same,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this new one. I saw something where there was some list
Is that even out yet?
that's
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, Prey and this new one is better than the original." I was like, "What
Nope.
kind of crap?"
Get
are
out of
they on?"
here.
Yeah.
There is no
What do you mean it's better?
universe.
Prey was not better. Prey sucked. It was dumb. Like the fight at the end, like
It killed itself.
basically
She made it kill itself.
Yeah.
Those movies are so. You can go back to the original Predator from the 80s and it still holds up today.
Right.
The new Predator movies they're making out and are already nobody cares.
Predator 2 was a step down, but it was still okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And then the 2004 AVP was okay because the concept was kind of cool. They had like the temple under the ice and all that. And it wasn't the best movie, but it was interesting, I guess. The whole dynamic of it and how it shifted and whatever. But then the rest were just nonsensical. Now there's that one where they were like all on the planet with Lawrence Fishburne.
Eddie and Brody.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that one was decent.
That took it something new, But yeah, everything else. The one
Yeah.
what was that called? The Predators with the autistic kid. Yeah,
Oh, I hated that. Ah,
that was
God, I hate
sucked.
anything with a. What was that Bruce Willis one where it had the autistic kid that could do codes or something? I hated that kid.
Yeah,
I was just no. I was like, no, thank you.
yeah. Toy
Um,
Story was a perfect 3-story arc with
mhm.
Andy, and it left in the greatest ending where he gave his toys to the new girl because he grew out of them. The toys were saved again. They have a new owner, Bonnie or whatever her name was.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I guess 4 just totally
Oh
destroyed
well,
the whole
because Bo Peep
whatever.
was the hero of that story,
Yeah,
or
whatever.
whichever one it was, and
Yeah, I've only
yeah,
watched the first one of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, the first 3 are great
yeah,
movies.
yep, great.
Cars. The second
First
one that
one was
made her
good.
was retarded. That they never should have did that. That was stupid as
Yeah,
hell.
but the first one was okay, and just they try to do these remakes, and they just I don't know, but
Yeah,
Don't
they
know what they're doing. I
grind them
mean,
into
you
dust.
you get
yeah,
rid of the people that came before that knew what they were doing,
hmm
so you can get a bunch of diversity hires.
Well,
yeah,
Pixar
And
got
now
rid of
they don't
Lassiter.
have anything. They don't have
He
those
got Me
people anymore.
Too'd, and he was the
yeah,
brains of the operation. And then the woman they put in, guess what? Nothing she's made has made money or
nope,
done well. It's
nope.
all downhill.
Inside Out was a good movie. Then they did Inside Out 2, and I sat in that theater waiting for the other shoe to drop, and luckily it didn't. But you could see where it was kind of woven into the fabric that it was about to happen, and I was like, here we go. And but come to find out, they cut all that out because they
Yeah,
saw what was going to happen.
they're like, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
reshoots and
yeah,
recuts.
yep. And you can
Yeah,
still have kind of the same base story, but yeah, they were.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. Yeah, there's just so many IPs out there that they could make stuff on, but I don't know if I trust them anymore to do it.
I don't want them
Yeah,
touching anything like Stargate.
Yeah.
Please don't reboot that
Yeah.
now.
Yes. Yep.
You
X
know,
Files,
yeah, they're doing
which
that
they're
Yeah.
going
again.
to
Yeah.
do that. Well, why?
And it's not like the shows were made in like the 1930s or something. They're still good enough to
I
where you could
know.
go watch them again and they hold up just fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Fox Mulder is a black
yeah.
trans woman. Uh,
Oh
Well,
God,
I totally could see that. Come on.
I
Scully is
wouldn't
a
doubt it.
incel man,
Yeah.
a
And so,
pansy man.
A
then,
lesbian.
yeah. Um, yeah, I just haven't like most. The only new show that I've watched recently that I really liked was Slow Horses. Um, I thought
I like
that was kind
I
of a
like the stuff that
okay.
Apple's been doing with
Yeah,
Silo
Yeah, they've
Silo's
got some
fa-
good.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Foundation.
Uh, what's the other one? They got Rogue Heroes. That's a really good one.
I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, I saw like I like Reacher and then the new uh Dark Wolf
Yeah,
thing. That,
Terminalist to
yeah,
Dark Wolf.
Terminal of Dark
That
Wolf.
was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. And then yeah, I didn't have a lot of weird hot plot holes and all kinds of stupid stuff in it. Um, as far as Reacher goes, the first season was the best. It was really good. And it's kind of it's okay. Um, but I mean, I like the character and stuff, but I don't know. And then I'm trying to think if there's another Apple show.
There's Foundation based off
Mhm.
Isaac Asimov,
Right.
the which is it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a few more out there.
yeah.
I know some people in the chat a while ago were recommending some different shows. Uh,
Still the
Yeah.
best stuff is the old stuff like
yeah.
Firefly or
Yep. Mhm.
Farscape and
Mhm.
Babylon 5 and you know we kind of
Yeah.
hit our peak in the 90s and early 2000 with space opera stuff like Andromeda and
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to see a newer show
I
that
know,
was
right?
decent. Like The Expanse was really good until they found that like alien portal thing, and then it kind of fell off for me.
Yeah.
Because I lost interest. I really like the Mars Earth tension with the Belters and all that. And then once they found that alien or thing, it was like the whole Mars question just totally went away. They're like,
Which
oh,
was
they're
what would
backwater
happen.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Everybody's
it's a
rushing.
backwater that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now everybody can go right straight to a planet or moon that has an atmosphere that,
Right.
you
Yeah.
don't need
Yeah.
Mars anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they don't need
They
the
shouldn't.
Belters either.
I mean, I realize that's part of the story of the books too. Is that finding the alien thing, but that tension of the Earth and Mars and Belters really worked. And
It did. And they had really good characters and um the like the Belters were cool. Like how they portrayed them, and you had and then they had all factions inside of that, you know, and
yeah.
then there were certain fan favorites and great characters that they
So
had.
so there is stuff you can watch. You just got to dig for it. And
Right. Yeah.
I mean, some of the bigger stuff. Yeah, it eventually goes woke. I mean, you it's almost like you
Well,
can't see without that.
and that's what I'm saying is that
Yeah,
that was then, but this is now. I think they're
yeah,
figuring out that that stuff just doesn't sell, and you can't eat another $500 million movie.
no,
Um, you know,
good.
you can if you're getting all your money from BlackRock or something, but if
Mm-hmm.
once that money dries up, then that's it. No one's going to
Yeah,
go see your stuff, and there's backlash. You've tainted the IP. People actually don't trust you anymore. Uh, Acclaimed directors are now everyone's like, I'm not seeing a movie that guy touched because he
yeah,
made this piece of he really destroyed this IP I love or didn't treat it with respect,
yeah.
and yeah.
So yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll start getting some new stuff that will be good again. But
Right. Yep.
I'm not holding my breath from Disney or uh, stuff like that or Marvel. Marvel's really down in the ditch right now. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, who knows? In the next 5 or 10 years, maybe AI will write a really good movie.
yeah, right.
Because so far they've written some really bad ones. Because I'm convinced that some of those writers were using AI for some of these stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how bad they are. But yeah. Well, anyway,
yeah,
thanks
yeah,
for the chat being here and
yeah. Thanks,
great talking
thanks for
about
you
stuff.
guys coming. Thanks. We had a good
Yeah.
discussion of this show.
Thank you.
Always
Yes. Good
enjoy
time.
always enjoy having Blair on and talking
Hmm. Yep.
DS9. So, anywho, we'll go around the horn real quick. Shieldwall, what do you got coming?
On Thursday, I'm going to be on Rome of the Empire's show at
Mm-hmm.
5 Pacific, and we're going to be talking about Halloween type movies with our favorite movies with witches and wizards and like magic and stuff. So that should be interesting because that's a pretty broad category, but when you talk about Halloween specifically, it's kind of narrows it down a little bit. But so there's a lot to unpack there, so it's going to be fun, I think. Especially like Matt will bring up some weird movie that no one's ever heard of before. so
Yes.
so that's always a good time when he's like, yeah, this movie, this and this, and then you're like, what? That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But or someone else will bring something up and like that Lepus movie or whatever it was.
Oh,
Lupus,
that was a
Lupus,
favorite as a kid. The
Yeah,
giant rabbits.
yeah, giant
rabbits,
rabbits or whatever.
rabid wabbits.
Yeah, it was
That was
crazy. It
awesome.
was like live action Watership Downs or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Blair,
that's what I got. Yeah, I got going on, and then yeah, that's what I got going on for the rest of the week.
alrighty.
It's
Blair,
finally
I think Blair's pretty much the same. I think,
yeah.
unless
I'll
he's
be on
got
this
something
Thursday.
else.
And then I don't know if it's going to be this weekend or in a couple weekends. I'm going to be with the Clyde Barker podcast people, the Barkercast people. We're going to be talking about the Books of Blood story Son of Celluloid. We're going to review that.
Okay.
So you can check me out on the Barker podcast. They do it's on YouTube as well, but it's also on Spotify. It actually predates YouTube. It's an actual proper podcast. So yeah, I'll be on that.
Yeah, me won't be able to make Roman's stream Thursday. Got something going on. And next week here we'll be talking Predator, which will be fun. And then Wednesday, I'll be having my show All in the Mix, and we'll be it's my birthday / Halloween stream, and we'll be talking the Goonies and the Monster Squad. So that'll be fun.
Oh, Monster Squad's good.
So that's pretty much all I got coming. Thanks again to the chat. They're always they always make the show better. And thanks to Shieldwall and Blair. And hope everybody has a good week. And we'll see y'all next time. Have a good one, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Later, everybody.
All I can say, McKay, is you take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
Well, so long. So long.
See you around, Burton.
Never can tell.
Good boy.
Happy trails, Hans.
Goodbye.
Good boy.
Goodbye, bro.
Goodbye, Arab.
Goodbye, Northman.